Hello everyone, welcome back to Cozy Tea. How you been? Oh my god, it's been 2 months. I abandoned ship for 2 months, but we're back, and today we have the cutest Kawaii book ever, Kawaii Underwater World. This book was made by Olive Yong, and I think he has a whole series of these. I have a couple of them, but I wanted to doodle and use my Copic markers because I haven't been using them and they were expensive, so we got to get some Copic marker time on the books, and that is what is on the agenda for today. As I'm getting started here, you can see I'm kind of struggling to get these basic shapes down, which is why I think it's important to practice these simple creatures, because you look at them like, oh, they're so simple, that's easy, but then you start doing them and it's like, yo, what the fuck, it's not easy all of a sudden. So you talk a big game and then it's time to game, and I couldn't game, and so that's why I'm practicing. And that is, you know, the part of being an artist that I like that part. And you know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because I enjoy the process of always being humbled. It's great when I think I'm the shit and the world's like, hold on, you're not. And that really gets me going, because it means that there's something I've yet to do enough that there's still something new to me about it. And I am perfectly happy with that when it presents itself. So here we are, starting off with the sketches here first, because that will allow me to do all my pencil stuff, and then I can get all the pencil dust off of the page, and then I shouldn't have as much smudging when I start using the alcohol markers. I'm not outlining them with ink, I'm outlining them with colored pencil. So I'm going to go in and like lightly erase the outlines and then just color everything in. And from there, I will be able to outline with a colored pencil, and it'll look real good and clean and nice. And I'm super excited for you guys to see it. If you want to stay till the end of the video, that'll be great. And then you'll see it, and everybody will be so happy because it's completed and we're all just so satisfied. You guys are going to love it. It's going to be great. So like, why have I not been posting for 2 months is because I'm kind of bored and also mad stressed and anxious and like depressed, like basically all of the above, because the world's burning and there's like little I can do by myself, and I'm just like bummed out and I'm just coping. I talk about this every video. I'm gonna keep talking about it because why not? It's crazy. Nonetheless, I got laid off, y'all, from my job. Can you believe it? In this economy, like golden age of America, right? But anyway, I got laid off because haha. Jokes on everybody, because what was everybody thinking? But like, here we are. And so I was given like a 2-month window, and I managed to snag a job in 1 month. I don't know how I did it. Literally the luckiest man on the planet. My life is completely unaffected and everything is just business as usual, and I'm so grateful. So I think that is like partially why I'm motivated to post again, because I'm not worried about it. It's also a nice job change. It's been a while. I worked at that last place for almost 5 years, so just feels good to kind of do something else. So we just entered the coloring phase of the video. Super relaxing, so therapeutic. We really need that right now, therapy. So this is helping with that, and it's going to help regulate something by being super pretty and fun, and that's really what all of this is about. I changed the designs just a little bit. The eyes that Olive Yong that he draws are super cute, but I changed them to my style, which is these big circles with the highlight, just to individualize it a little bit, so I'm not copying verbatim the style that's in the book, because that's not the point of practicing. Individualizing is okay, and that's just what I'm trying to do. For the cheeks, I'm just going in with the pink Copic marker, and then I'm going to blend that with the color of the animal, which is another pink, but it's going to fuse into the skin tone of the squid and all the other animals that I'm drawing, and it's going to look softer and not as, you know, outlined and harsh, which is a style choice that I'm making. At the end, I'm filling in the eyes with black pencil, and then I'm going into the cheeks and the rest of the animal and adding highlights with a white colored pencil, Derwent white colored pencil, and it adds just a nice little glisten to the fish-like animal. So that is the process I'm going to be following for all of these, and it's going to look super clean, super beautiful. By the end of the video, you're going to love it. The next one is the Stingray. It's the least of my favorites. Okay, I still love it. It's mine. Well, it's Olive Yong's, but it's my rendition of Olive Yong's Stingray. His Stingray, 10 out of 10. Mine is, you know, it's just not my favorite one of the 4 that I've done. There's something about the way it's shaped and the way that I've balanced out the colors, or I guess like an imbalance of colors, if we're being honest, and it just kind of looks a little sloppy, but he's still cute. And, you know, ultimately, a lot of the time, it is not always going to be perfect. This is not about being perfect. It's about being enough. And sometimes being enough is being enough, which is, you know, less, not more. And that's fine. It's a learning opportunity. We love learning. I love learning. I don't know if the world is there with me on that. We're having a learning crisis, but I don't know what to do about that at the moment. So all I can do is make sure I'm holding myself accountable when it comes to coloring stingrays in my home office art studio that I am sitting in right now. So next, I believe, is the little scrimp. My version of this is not as balanced, of course, as Olive Yong. Olive Yong is incredible. Me, work in progress. The scrimp is a little lumpy, okay? But I love a lumpy king. It's all good. So he's bright red, beautiful shrimp color, and his little claws are up in the air. He's got these big black eyes, small mouth, and he is enthusiastic for the world. And that I can appreciate. When I started making art online, I was using alcohol-based markers. I think, if I remember correctly, they were the Artist Loft alcohol markers that you can get from the craft store, which were fine. They were great. I think I started doing like a Zodiac series or something, which I could probably revisit at some point if I felt like it. But one of the things I forgot about, especially when it comes to Copics, because they are so well regulated, you know, the ink flow in the marker, it comes out like slow and steady. It's not like an Ohuhu marker where that shit is juicy right off the bat. Okay, you put that tip to the paper, that ink, it soaks in, the whole page is colored. Okay, with Copics you can layer, and that's really fun if you feel like doing that. But sometimes you just want to color, and it's like, all right, so now I got to go over it again because the color did not fully saturate the entire area that I was trying to saturate. So that was something I was going through here. I think it may depend more on the kind of paper you're using. I'm using Bristol Smooth at the moment in this video, but that is just something about Copic markers that they can be an artistic tool in this way. But if, you know, the artist's intent is not to access this kind of resource, it can be really time consuming and a little annoying. So I was going over quite a bit. I'm going to cut the footage down so you guys don't have to watch all that. But that is basically why I keep jump cutting into different parts, because it is me just going over and over and over until it is as saturated as I can get it. This is my favorite part right here with all of them, is doing the outline, because it really comes together. Okay, it like seals all the things in. The color, it's gonna escape, it's gonna get away from us, but once that black outline is put on, it's not going anywhere. Everything's contained within the barrier. The barrier is very important. Next, of course, last but not least, is the seahorse. Now listen. This seahorse, it looks fine. Okay, I'm just being so emotional. I'm dramatic as hell. But I know what I was trying to go for, and I know that that did not happen. And I don't have to tell you this. I could sit here and pretend like everything went according to plan, and everybody would be like, oh, it's all perfect. But nope, I'm not gonna lie to y'all like that. I'm gonna be transparent as all hell, so y'all know what's going on every day, all day. This yellow that I'm using on the seahorse is way too much. It's too deep. It's too rich. I was looking for something a little bit more lighter, more, not necessarily a pastel. So I did try to go through like colored pencils and stuff to lighten it up, and it just didn't work. So I ran with it. And at the end, you know, it's a deep, like golden orange seahorse. It was supposed to be more of a off yellow. But here we are. So we've got the orange seahorse. By the way, still adorable. Big old black eyeball with its little highlight circles, that red cheek, and I gave it some like beauty marks and stuff. I also gave it some shapewear. So the stomach was just a rounded edge, but what I did was I messed up something, and I think I messed up some of the shading or something. So what I had decided to do was to go over it. That looked worse, and I said, hold on, this is the belly. So sometimes with animals, their belly is like ribbed, and so I added that, you know, that shape to the belly, and that fixed whatever was wrong with it. And I think it actually looks better. Happy accidents, right? Happy accidents. Gotta love it. And oh boy, do I love it. I do. Still not the yellow I wanted, but at the same time, do we really get to choose how our children look or how our dog looks? You know, like, yeah, you can buy a Pomeranian, but does it look like, you know, Jessica's? No, it probably doesn't. It looks like yours. Okay, and that's fine. Your Pomeranian is valid. The last part of this artistic adventure, guys, what a journey we've been on. Can you believe it? Do you like going on journeys? Journeys are fun, okay? And if you like going on adventures, you should, you know, subscribe to the channel, okay? Hit the sub button, like button, comment. How are you doing? How's everything going with y'all? You let me know, and I'll comment back. I always do. But yeah, it's always good seeing you people when you show up. I appreciate you, and thank you for always being there and coming back and whatnot. So yeah, the last part, I'm adding some blue around because these are underwater creatures. So I figured that if they're going to survive on this piece of paper, I have to draw them water. Otherwise they're going to drown and dry out, especially the squid. You know what that's like, being a squid out of water? I can't stand that I allowed it this long to be out of water. So I had to do that as a humanitarian effort. And at the very end, I add some bubbles to really emphasize the underwater, because that's why there's a random blue shape around them. And so that's it. This is my rendition of This is my rendition of Olive Yong's incredible illustrations. They're so cute. Love them. This is not sponsored, by the way. Completely independently decided to do this because I didn't have any authentic ideas. So I just went on and did this. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, sub, all that stuff. I'll see you guys the next time I see you. Hopefully sooner than later. But anyway, stay beautiful, stay true, stay you, and above all else, stay cozy. I will see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves. You are so valid. Okay, you're incredible, you're beautiful, you're amazing. So like, don't stop. Whatever you're doing, don't stop. Unless it's bad. If it's bad, stop. If it's good, more of it. 10 times more. And don't give up on your dreams or yourself, because you are worth every second of that. Okay? See it through. See you next time. Peace.